Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. Sorry I'm running a few minutes late, and Ivan is MIA. Hopefully he'll dial in just one moment. Apparently caught in traffic, so sorry about the late start. Anyway, I'm joined by Tim. Tim, how are you today?
Yeah, doing quite well. How is everyone?
And so look, what we're going to do, we'll do a run through the market, have a look at what's going on. Obviously, there is, the market isn't looking great today, when we're sort of in this strange mode where we've had the pullback. It's gone up a little bit, a fair bit of volatility, or at least price movements come into the market. Overall, implied volatility still isn't at particularly high levels, but where are we heading from now? And I think we're probably sitting here saying that technically we don't have a huge lead on the market. It's likely to be news driven. There's been a bit more volatility enter into some of the stocks, which has opened up the opportunity for some iron condors to come in. And we've been looking at CIM or SIM, which is a trade we'll go and have a look at in a moment. And iron condors come as a gold iron condor. That's been a position that has been let me go to SIM and I'll bring this up.
It's been an interesting one.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. So it was a LITT short, and it's traded well off, which has done its job there. So we can see, I think, back on this day here, it met the rules for a LITT short, and stayed with that, and has obviously come off significantly since then, and has now come up this morning as a meeting, I guess, as a gold iron condor, which is the strongest, and based on stats and history, the most, I guess, the ones that have given us the best returns. And I guess where are we looking here at the IV, IV on it? It's probably going to be close to 100, right? The IV rank, I would assume, if we go and have a look at it. It's close to its 12-month high. Yeah. Now it's sort of lining up, and where the iron condors really do work well is that when a stock really trades off, if we can see that consolidation and all that slow grind north after a big sell-off, that can be one of the times where we can get some really good payoffs on a iron condor. All right. All right. Now, while we're doing this, actually, Tim, I might get you. We're just pricing up with the market makers on SIM at the moment, so I might get you. You can finish that if you like. Go and send that email.
Yep.
So we're gonna price that up, and we'll come back and see what the market makers say on that. So I'll get you to send that. Is your phone connected to your email?
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see the response. CC me in on that.
Sure.
So we're just negotiating with the market makers at the moment to see what price they'll give us on the iron condor. Sorry, my sound dropped out there for a sec, so I'm back. Right. Apologies, guys. So it looks like I muted myself for a little bit there, unintentionally. So while I was jumping around there, let's just having a look at the SIMS trade. So I'll just go back to the trade idea that's come up today. All right, turn it from my phone. All right, so SIMS. So if your expectation is SIMS can stay between 29.11 and 33.90, that'll leave you in break even, and our max profit will be between 30 and 33. Right. Going back to SIMS, as we were looking at it earlier, what will be helping an iron condor at the moment is that the IV rank up here, it's really high. Based off its last 12 months, it's really pretty close to sitting at a high. If your view is that you believe it can be above that $30 and 33 in that range, then it's looking pretty good, right? And obviously we've seen a significant sell-off, so that's something to consider. But what I guess where iron condors can work really well is where you have that sell-off and then you have that slight grind upwards. So volatility is really high, and then it just sort of consolidates and grinds upwards for a period of time, and that volatility comes out. So we're benefiting from the volatility dropping out, but also we want to benefit from it not moving too rapidly in any which way. So that's the Sims trade. We're pricing it up with the market makers at the moment. We were looking at it this morning, so I'll wait for Tim. I've just sent him off to send his email off to the market makers and see what they come back with, and then we can we'll what I might do is just get everyone to SMS. I'll get Tim to SMS everyone what the end pricing ends up being there. All right. Okay. All right. Is there any other questions or anything else anyone would like me to add in here? Beautiful. All right, guys. Ivan hasn't managed to make it into. Okay. So looking at AGL. So AGL. There was an iron condor on AGL. That's obviously come out and fallen down. I was looking at this morning, Carl, and Ivan and I were discussing we might look at rolling the put legs down slightly. Again, this will be then taking a little bit of a directional view on it, but we were looking at pricing that up this morning, and I think what we'll do is we'll price that up and have a look at, maybe email everyone that's in that AGL trade. Obviously, the value's out of the core legs, yeah, we're just going to have a look at that, the put legs, to see if we can put something in place there that can roll that position across. Other than that, there's not much we can do other than wait and just see. Hopefully, we get a little bit of a recovery up, and there might be something that we can retain from that. But it's yeah, it's not doing what we want it to do at the moment. So might be looking at that as a roll those put legs slightly, or just let it go. Any other questions or anything else I can track? Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm not seeing anything else come through. Apologies for Ivan not getting online today. We'll make up for it next week. If you've got any other questions, send them through. We'll give Tim a call. But thank you very much for coming along today. And we'll look forward to being online next week. Cheers.